If your business uses a credit card, whether for office supplies, travel, or even everyday expenses, you must know how to record it correctly in QuickBooks Online. Mess this up and your books could show the wrong profit, wrong liabilities, and even make tax time a nightmare. In today's video, I'll walk you through exactly how to set up and manage your business credit card in QuickBooks Online. We'll start by creating a credit card account for Discover. This is a liability account, which means money is owed to the credit card company. It can be found on the balance sheet. On the profit and loss statement is where you'll find credit card expenses. We'll create a new account by clicking on My Apps and then going to Accounting and Chart of Accounts. And then we'll click on New Account, and the account name will be Discover Credit Card, and we'll add the last 4 digits of the card so we can easily identify it. So 2985, the account type will be credit card. The detail type will also be credit card. We're going to leave opening balance blank. We'll add that later and then we'll save. Now that the account is set up, we'll add some credit card expenses. We can connect our credit card account to QuickBooks Online. This will allow QuickBooks to pull in posted activity to the bank feed. We'll click on My Apps and then Accounting and Bank Transactions. And from here, we can click on Link Account. From here, you'll select your bank, log into your account, and then select the start date to begin pulling in transactions. To upload the statement, I'm going to click on the down arrow and then Upload from File. And I'm going to select the account we created, Discover Credit Card 2985, and then select the statement from August, and then click Open. So here we can see our statement on the left-hand side, and on the right-hand side, I'm going to zoom out just a bit. And here we can see all of the transactions that were extracted from our statement. I'm going to click the box above to select all of the transactions and then import. Yes, I want to import. And if we click on the Discover Credit Card, we can see all of the transactions have been imported into our bank feed. Let's add a few transactions to our Discover Bank Register. So I'm going to zoom in just a bit and then scroll down. So here we have the eBay expense, and it is correctly categorized as an advertising and a marketing purchase. So I'm going to post that. And we also have a purchase from the United States Postal Service that was shipping and postage. So we'll post that. And for this one, we need to add a vendor. So that was city parking. And it was for parking and toll, so we'll post that as well. And then we'll click on Go to Bank Register. So here we can see the 3 transactions that we added from the credit card. You'll notice that the beginning balance in the Discover Credit Card Register doesn't match the opening balance on the credit card statement. So let's add that. We're going to add an expense, and this will be on August 1st, 2025. We're going to use the account opening balance equity, and we're going to enter the opening balance, which is $2,268.13, and then save. Sort the date so we can see the oldest transaction at the bottom, and now we have the correct opening balance. Opening balance equity is a temporary holding account that QuickBooks creates when you enter a starting balance for a new account. This should eventually be moved to an equity account such as owner's equity, retained earnings, or an equivalent equity account. Now let's look at 2 ways that we can manually add credit card purchases. Now we'll manually add a credit card expense. So we'll click on Add Expense, and this was on August 20th of 2025. The payee is Wayfair, and this was a desk. So we're going to use office equipment as our expense category, and the charge was for $749, and then we'll save. We're going to click on the Create button and then Expense, and the payee was Cal Water. We use the Discover credit card, and this was on August 25th of 2025. The category was water, so it's a utility expense. And that was for $43.54, and then we'll save and close. The desk from Wayfair arrived with scratches and dents, so we returned it for a reimbursement. We're going to add this as a credit card credit from within the credit card register. We're going to use the drop-down arrow and select credit card credit, and this was on September 10th of 2025, so it took some time for them to issue the credit. and this was from Wayfair. We're going to use the same expense category, so that was office equipment, and they returned the same amount that we paid, which was $749. Another way to add a reimbursement is using the menu item credit card credit. We'll click on create and then credit card credit, and the reimbursement was from Wayfair. It went to the Discover credit card on September 10th. The expense category was office equipment for $749. I'm not going to click save and close because we've already recorded the credit. Discover gave us $14 in cashback rewards, which are going to apply to the credit card balance. However, first we need to create a new income account, which we'll call cashback rewards. This is an other income account because it's not the main way that the business earns money, which is from customers. From the chart of accounts, we'll click on new account, and the account name will be cashback rewards. The account type will be other income, and the detail type will be other miscellaneous income, and then we'll save. We're going to add the cashback rewards as a credit card credit. This was on August 30th, 2025, and the payee was Discover. We're going to use the account that we created, cashback rewards, and this was for $14. We didn't pay the credit card balance in full, so we're going to add the interest that was charged. To add the interest expense, we're going to click on the drop-down arrow and then select expense. And this was on August 31st. The payee was Discover. They're charging us the interest, and this was interest paid, not interest earned. And we had to pay $26.02 of interest for the balance that we carried, and then we'll save. Finally, let's pay off the credit card balance. There are 3 ways to record a credit card payment. We can add it as an expense to our checking account. We'll click on create and then expense, and the payee will be Discover. The payment account is going to be our checking account, US Bank checking, and we're going to make the payment the day after the ending statement balance, so September 1st, and the category is going to be the Discover credit card. We're going to pay it off in full, so that's for $3,183.49, and then we'll save and close. Now we can see that as of September 1st, we have 0 balance on our credit card. Another option is to make a transfer from our checking account to our credit card account. Using a transfer, we'll click on the drop-down arrow and select transfer. And again, the payment date will be September 1st. We're going to use our US Bank checking account, and we're going to make a payment in the full amount, $3,183.49, and then we'll save. Then I'm going to update, and here we can see the 0 balance after the payment was made from the US Bank checking account. We can also use the pay down credit card feature. We'll click on create and then pay down credit card, and we're going to be paying on the Discover credit card. The payee, well, that will be Discover, and we're going to pay it off in full, so $3,183.49. The payment date will be September 1st, and we're using the US Bank checking account, and then we'll save and close. And again, we can see the 0 balance after that payment was made. Each method deducts funds from the checking account and reduces the credit card balance. The one you choose just depends on which workflow feels most natural to you. And that's the beauty of learning QuickBooks. The more features you understand, the more flexibility you have in managing your workflow. If you're ready to go beyond credit cards and really build confidence in your bookkeeping, check out my Introduction to Accounting and Bookkeeping course. And if you'd rather not deal with the bookkeeping at all, schedule a free consultation call with us. Both links are in the description below.